Is everything running? Let's see. Let's check all the crap. Check in all the crap. There we go, we're live. Alright, we're good. Cool. Sweet. Okay, well, a little bit of a crazy setup today, but I'm going to try to do a slightly larger game. Normally, we've been playing a lot of Necromunda, and we will definitely get back to playing Necromunda, because I have all kinds of fun ideas for that. But, in the meantime, yesterday was AOS 3.0 release day, which means that the, just so you can see the giant mess that is my craft room right now, but it's really a giant fucking mess right now. I super need to clean it up. That's probably what I'm going to do for the rest of the day after this video. Anyway, what was I saying? I don't remember. Yes, yesterday was Dominion release day. So, so heavy. This is the time of turmoil. This is the era of war. This is the age of sigmar. It says it on the back. I didn't memorize it. I just read it off the back. So this giant tome of fucking doom came out yesterday. It's pretty cool. It's a good book, good rules, lots of cool lore, lots of nice photos. It's good stuff in here. But with it came a bunch of models who are somewhere in this mess behind me. And what we're going to do is we're going to play through a really simple little game of Age of Sigmar, using some of the models from the box set, and just try to get the hang of the basic rules. 3.0's added a couple neat things that sort of feel more responsive to the like the person whose turn it isn't, right? Like when your opponent's going, the game can feel a little boring. So they've added some stuff that you can do in your phases or in your opponent's phases. That's pretty fun, right? And there's a whole thing about command points and stuff and how it works now. It's generally nice upgrade from what I've seen. I've gotten to play one game of it. Shout out to my friend Matt for struggling through that game with me. I've gotten to play one game of it, and since COVID's back, I've gotten to play like 3 games of Age of Sigmar-ish. 3, maybe 4. So just to get the hang of the rules a little bit, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, we're going to be playing through this today. We're going to go through all of the steps and stuff. So before we do that, let me swap over and talk a little bit about all of our Dominion goodness. To the other cam. Oh, whoppa. There we go. We'll call this one the beard cam. Alright. You get a billion minis in this box. This isn't even half of them. But what I did was I put together 2 little forces. I was trying to get to about 750 points. Didn't get enough of the Stormcast stuff built way too much of the Auroch stuff. Hello! Instead, I will say these are awesome minis. I've mega fallen in love with the Aurochs. But yeah, let's take a look at them real quick, and we'll talk about what each one of them is. So this is the War Boss on Great Ganache Tooth. I'm going to paint this thing up like it's a honey badger because I think that's funny. This is going to be the leader for the Aurochs. I'm just going to call them Orcs. The word Auroch is fucking stupid. GW did that, so it's trademarkable. That's dumb. They're orcs. This is the leader for the orcs. He's a big boy, a big chungus. He's got a bunch of attacks. His mount's got a bunch of attacks. Pretty cool stuff. The other character we're going to run for the orcs is just the Killer Boss with Stabgrot. This is one of the few models in the box where he actually has an option for his assembly. So you can give him the mace, or you can give him a shield. I have magnetized it. It's basically just a couple of 1 mil magnets on each side. You can see one there. You can see one there. And it holds on good enough. We're going to run the mace just for the fun of it today. So he's going to be there. And then this is his little chode that follows him around, the Stabgrot. So he's going to join us as well. And then we have a unit of these motherfuckers. So these are... they're called like Skewa Bolt Boys or something. They have a really dumb name. Hold on. They're the crossbow orcs. That's what they are. What the hell are they called? Man Skewer Bolt Boys. That's a name. That's a hell of a name. They have a neat rule where they can basically shoot while moving, or they can like get stationary and shoot really, really well, which is pretty cool. So that's a unit of 3 guys right there. Bing, bang, boom. Where's the third one? He's in this box somewhere. There he is. Yeah, the third one's like loading a bolt out of his thing. We'll say he's the leader of the unit. And then the orcs are going to have 10 of these angry, dirty McStabbingtons right here. So these are the... What's going on, Ott? Oh. Surprise food. Thank you. Brian has brought me food. Thank you. Nice. Okay. So I'll take a swig of that in a second. So this is a unit of 10 of these. They're the guys with these like big face shields and these stabby spears. So that's a unit of 10 guys. I will say the one annoying thing about these, because these are all awesome models, because it's 10 completely unique sculpts. They're all really cool, have a ton of like just like nasty evil personality to them. Really cool shit. The one annoying thing about them is that the multi-part kit that's going to come out for them in August actually has a banner bearer. So it's kind of annoying that the Dominion box does not give you a banner bearer for them, considering that they, when their full rules come out, apparently they're going to have one. So that's kind of annoying, but it's okay. Whoa, that's a weird lid. What's wrong with the regular lids? Starbucks? What is this weird shit? I don't like it. Alright. Now on the other side, we have this headless guy, because I don't know what head I want to give him yet. But he is the Lord Imperatant. He's got this like dildo stick and a big hammer, and he's got like a really cool like griffin fur feather wrap thing that goes around him. He's a super cool detailed model. I think he's going to be just a ludicrous amount of fun to paint. He's got this really like kind of bullshitty paladin-y looking like design to him. And honestly, I think if I paint this up in like kind of like dark evil colors, he's gonna look super awesome and badass. I have a lot of like excitement for getting to paint these, even though they are not the normal thing I would normally paint, right? Like normally if you showed me this lady, this like paladin lady with a spear here, right? I'd be like, ew, keep that away from me. I don't want that. But I think there's a lot of possibility to make these look kind of dark and evil and gritty. And I think the fact that their like design is really like fancy, and like good guy-y if you paint them dark and evil looking, I think they're actually going to be really, really awesome models. So I have a lot of faith in these. So moving on to the next point, I've got 10 of these, 2 units of 5. Each one has a leader and a banner in it. Here's one of the banners. Whoa. There it is right there. Boop. Boop, 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 boop. Yep, there's one of the banners right there. And they're going to be his troops. So the orcs are going to have a lot more bodies, but the bodies aren't as strong as what these Stormcast are going to have. So there's going to be 10 of these guys, but they're all a little tougher. They're all a little better than the standard orc guy. Oh, and the really, really cool thing, the Lord Imperator gets a dog. He gets this Gryph-hound, which is really, really cool. It's just like a mini Gryph-hound, because the regular Gryph-hounds are a little bit bigger, but he gets this little mini Gryph-hound, and that's super duper awesome rad. So he's got a little doggy buddy. So his doggy buddy is going to follow him around the battlefield, and it's going to give him like a bigger area of impact, which is pretty cool. That lid is so weird, I fucking hate it. Why would you do that? That's stupid. Anyway, the tea is very good though. Probably the coolest, not counting Yndrasa, who I have not built yet, but the coolest like standard guy in the box set are these mega chunguses. So these are really chunky, like hefty, like shield and hammer guys. This one's got this really awesome lion chest plate. He's got like a little lion motif on his knee as well, and stuff like that. It's really cool. And you get 3 of these guys in a unit. The really neat thing is they can like go, I like deploy and do a bunch of damage around themselves when they like superhero land. So I love these things. I think these things are so rad looking. I love how the armor comes up and around the head. I love the lion chest plate. I think that's super cool. So they're going to be a lot of fun as well. Okay, so that's all my forces from the Dominion box. This is all, like I said, all stuff from Dominion. You get way more than this in Dominion. As far as the orcs go, you get 2 more HQs, and you get 20 Hobgrots as well. So you get another 22 models for the orcs. For these guys, you get 3 more HQs, including Yndrasa, the really big model with the wings that's on the cover of the book. And then you get like 3 other elite guys that go with these as well. And that's what you get. So, a couple of quick things to run through before we start actually setting up for the game. Alright. So, a couple of quick things to run through. What do you need to play Age of Sigmar? You need the core rules. Those are actually for free. You can get all your core rules for free off the website, which is really cool. The way the rule system in AOS works, it's kind of like a free trial-y kind of thing. I like that a lot. It's way better than 40k where you have to fucking buy all the goddamn fucking rules. It drives me bonkers. I always think models should be expensive, rules should be free. Well, models should be cheap, but they never are. But models should cost money, rules should be free. That's my always thought of it. Unless you don't make models, at which point charge for the rules. That's how that works. So you're going to need some dice. You're going to need some models. We're going over the forces. You're going to need a roller. And you're going to need some of these. Do you need the actual cards? No. You can go on to the GW website and print these out yourself for your units. These are the profiles. This tells you how strong they are, how far they can move, all that kind of stuff. This is for one we're not going to use today. But you can just go and get these off the thing for free. And then you need some points. Don't bother buying a book for these. These are going to be up on Battlescribe. They probably already are. So just go on Battlescribe and make your list there. Simple as that. Job done. So when these guys come out, they'll have a book, and the book's going to have special rules in it, extra shit your guys can do. but you can get like 90% of your rules for free. That's enough to play. Straight up. We're not going to be worrying about relics and blah relics and stuff like that today. I'm not going to worry about battalions today. So just really quick to describe what those are. This is my general. So he should get a command trait, which is like an extra thing that gives him a buff for being the boss. And he should get a relic, which is like usually some extra piece of gear that also gives him either an extra ability or improves one of his stats in some way. We're not going to worry about those today because that's more list setting up than just, you know, we just got the box. We want to put the models on the table. We want to play the game, right? Like, so we're not going to do that. That's more list kind of crafting, kind of meta stuff. In match play, you should have those, but we're not going to worry about them today. Also, all the guys in your unit and your army, like say all these guys here, they could be added to what's called battalions. Battalions basically give you some kind of buff or benefit if you have certain units. So like if you have like a boss and a troop or two, you can get some kind of buff for your army out of it. We're not going to worry about that. That's extra rolls that we're just not going to worry about today. Similarly, things that we're not going to worry about today. Usually you pick a world to play in. This is sort of like a zone. So in the book, there's a whole section on, he didn't just Slanesh apparently. There's a whole section, come on Shaman, on the different realms. And you can pick to play in different ones of these. And they're going to give you some kind of benefit, usually some kind of special abilities your guys can do. They might give you some kinds of negative stuff like that. These are cool rules, but these are like not your first game rules, right? Like you don't need to be keeping track of these on your first game. Don't worry about these on the first game. Get these in game number 2. But they're cool stuff, and each one has special shit it can do, which is pretty cool. Alright, so we're not worrying about command traits, we're not worrying about artifacts, we're not worrying about what realm we're in, we're not worrying about battalions. What are we worrying about? Well, we've got some allegiance abilities here. And these are sort of like the generic additional rules for our guys, being like a specific type of guy. And we've got the units, the rules on our actual guys here. That's what we're going to keep track of today. Now, alright, we've gone over all of the other stuff you can add to it. Not going to worry about that. There are 3 ways to play Age of Sigmar. Number 1 is match play. This is probably the one most people play. Basically, what you're going to do for match play is you're going to open up the book, and you're going to find the section on match play, and you're going to pick a battle plan, and you're going to play out that battle plan. Simple as that, right? It's going to give you a deployment. It's going to tell you how the battlefield should be set up. It should tell you how you do deployment. It's going to tell you how you do your victory points. All that kind of stuff. That's all here. It's just going to tell you all right there. I sound bubbly. Okay. Deactivate. Activate. That's a Dom. That's not Warhammer. There we go. That should have fixed it. Let me know if that fixed it, alright? Did that fix it? Okay, I'm going to assume that fixed it, and you tell me if it did. Thank you. Alright. So for match play, that's what you do, right? Like, you pick a battle plan. You might roll to get different ones and stuff like that. But, get the fuck out of here. You might roll to get different ones, but they're all pretty much, you know, like pretty standard stuff. You can also play narratively, which is really the new Path to Glory system, which is awesome, but we're not going to worry about that because it's a whole bunch of extra rules today. Come on. Come on. There you go. There's a whole really cool Path to Glory system here. Super awesome stuff. Really excited to do that. Or you can play open play. So for open play, what you're going to do, you're going to pick a battle size. We're not going to worry about that in the requirements for it today. We're just, we're trying to get the base rules down, right? Like, there's other stuff in here that, like, limits what your guys are, tell you if they're competitive or not, that kind of stuff. We're not going to worry about that stuff, right? We want to put our dudes on the table. We want to have some fun, right? All right. So, with open play, you generate how you want stuff to work off of these little tables, which is pretty cool. So we're actually going to do that because I think that's fucking rad. Crap. Alright, we're not actually... I have not prepared... God, I am a mess, man. Jesus. Apparently most of the victory things in here have objectives. I don't have objectives. I was expecting a bunch of these just to be kill the other fucker, but apparently they're not. So, that's fine. Let's see. Twist table, ruse table, arcane prize table. It's a really cool model. I wonder what the hell model that is. That's really cool. Interesting. Anyway, okay. So that's what you do for open play. You pick a thing, roll a dice, you get what you get. Pick a thing, roll a dice, get what you get. Same thing for twist and ruse. So that's how that works. I thought that's what we were going to do today, but I don't have objectives prepared. I don't remember where they are in this mess that I call a crafter right now. So we're just going to do kill the other fucker. Just to make this nice and simple. So, I'm going to divide the board up one side to one side. And we're going to roll off to set down our units. So, red will be the orcs, brown will be the Stormcast. Stormcast go first, right? So, we're not worrying about drops or anything like that. That's really, well, each side is going to have the same number of drops, so it doesn't matter. What a drop is like, hey, here's a unit. That's one drop. There are ways to, like, reduce your drops and gamify that and stuff like that. Yeah, we ain't messing with that today. Alright, so Stormcast are going to start putting guys down first. Alright, so I'm going to divide the board up, boom and boom, because I think it works a little better for the camera. So we're going to swap up to the big camera, then doing side versus side. I think front and back works a little better on the camera. Man, I am a mess. Such a mess. Alright, so let's put a unit down. We're going to put our headless knight Imperitant and his happy little pupper down. So, let's set them up. 8 inches up. Just about right there. No, happy pupper, no! And that's his happy pupper. Alright, now we're going to do the same thing on this side. Set up our distance. Just saying 8 up because it works. And there's the angry orc and his little angry baby. There we go. There. These guys are not set up yet. Angry orc and angry baby. Alright, let's put down another Stormcast bro. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 5. Okay. There's 5 bros right there. Let's put down our archers. We're going to put them back here because we're going to have them climb up top when we start up. Alright, back and forth to our Stormcast. These guys, the big chunguses. I don't know why I'm holding to the other camera. We're in this camera now. Big chunguses, the Stormcast have an option to throw guys into reserve. So the big chunguses are going to get a bonus when they go and land from reserve. So what we're going to do is we're going to toss them into reserve. So they're just going to be chilling up in outer space, waiting to zap down on big old bolts of lightning, because that's what the Stormcast do, apparently. Alright. They're going to do that. I'm going to set up the killer boss right in the front so he can go get stuck in. And then we'll put the second Stormcast unit. We'll put them over here. Boom, boom. Like that. So our 2 units of 5 Spear Bros and our unit of Hammer Bros up in the sky. Alright. Now gross Nobby McNobbingtons are over here. That's 10 guys. When you have a unit of 5, they have to be within 1 inch of one guy. When you have a unit of 10, they have to be within 1 inch of 2 guys. Why does this rule exist? Well, this rule exists pretty much so that you don't do really douchey stuff, like make huge lines of your guys to get crazy buffs and stuff like that. It's really there to prevent like degenerative gameplay, right? Like gameplay that is against like the spirit of the game, right? Because when you roll up to play any tabletop game, any kind of miniatures game or anything like that, you are playing within the good faith of your opponent, right? You are playing on their good faith. Let's put that there because it looks cooler. What was I saying? Oh, the good faith of your opponent. So it is, often referred to as a gentleman's game, right? And that means that like this game here, it's an agreement between us, right? That when we sit down to play it and put our dudes on the table and have our fun, that you're not going to be a dickhead. Some people don't get that and are dickheads or are way too competitive or whatever. And there's nothing wrong with being competitive, but there is a point where it's too much and you need to chill the fuck out. So stuff like coherency rules and stuff like that are there to prevent people from doing things that are against the spirit of the game, that are against that like gentleman's agreement. They're there to stop you from basically doing douchebag plays. And a bunch of the rules in the rule book and in 3.0 specifically are there to sort of rein in, kind of like toxic playing kind of stuff. Or plays that like thematically don't make sense, but that like you're at a disadvantage if you don't do. So, alright, with that out of the way, in AOS, boom, I'm back. Yeah. There we go. You can't see the Storm Bros over there, but it's okay. They're not going to go first anyway. So in AOS, we roll for priority, right? So we're going to do our rolls. Orcs are red, and Stormcast are brown. So the orcs are going to get priority. This is a phase game, unlike Necromunda, which is like a character game. So like I move a character, do his actions. You move a character, do his actions. This is a phase game, which means I'm going to move my whole army. I'm going to shoot with my whole army. I'm going to have hiccups apparently from the tea. I'm going to charge with my whole army. And then I'm going to fight. You're going to fight. I'm going to fight. You're going to fight. I'm going to fight. You're going to fight. So it's kind of weird, but a little more responsive than otherwise. So, let's get some game on. Alright. Orcs are going first. So the first thing we're going to do is heft the tome up. Because we are going to go into the command phase. I think that's what it's called nowadays. Right? Or is it still just called the hero phase? Ooh, that's a fancy picture. See, look, there's literally a section on don't be an asshole right at the start of the book. Yeah. Never fix the outcome of a game. Never complain about your bad luck or opponent's good luck. You can do that anyway, just don't be a dick about it. Never deliberately waste time during a game. Yeah, that's awesome. I did not realize this code of conduct was in here. Yeah, that's super cool. Yeah, that's legit, actually. I didn't know that was in there. Alright. Blah, 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 blah. What are armies? What are dice? There's literally a section in here telling you what dice are. Which is kind of dumb, but hey, whatever. Alright. They just call it the hero phase. Okay. Hero phase. So, my opponent, the Stormcast, they're going to get some command points for this battle round. So they're going to get 1 command point for the game happening, right? For every battle round, they're going to get 1 command point. And then they're going to get another one because their boss is alive. No, that's incorrect. They're going to get 1 command point because their boss is alive. And then they're going to get 2 command points because they're going second. So they're going to have 3. I'm going to have 2, because 1 for going first, and 1 because my boss is alive. Now, these command points, they're like a currency. I'm going to set this dice just slightly off camera there. These command points, they're a currency that's there that I can spend to do extra shit. They disappear every round. So if you don't use it, you lose it, which is awesome. I really like that. Okay. So now we're into the hero phase. So we can each, both me and my opponent, the orcs and the Stormcast here, can choose to do an action, right? And here's this handy dandy table for all kinds of stuff that you can do. A lot of these don't matter on the first turn, right? Like, here's one that's like a recovery action where my dude can heal. I don't need to do that on turn 1. So on turn 1, what I'm going to do is I'm going to heroic leadership for both sides. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Pick 1 friendly hero and roll a dice. Add 2 to the roll if your general has been slain. Neither have been slain. We're on turn 1. On a 4+, receive 1 command point. Alright. Orcs and Stormcast, and the Orcs and Stormcast colors. Alright, so the Orcs get an extra command point, so I'm going to go up to 3. Stormcast, do not. Okay. Now, we're going to go... Because now, we're still in the hero phase, right? So, we're going to see if any of the heroes I have for the orcs can cast spells. And if they can, it will just be on this card right here. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see what we got. All part of the plan. That's a battle shock thing. Each time a wound or mortal wound is allocated to this unit and not negated, you can choose to risk that unit's stab grot. So he can pick up his little buddy and be like, you eat that arrow instead of me. But he can't cast any spells. Here's a guy that can. So it says this guy is a wizard and can attempt to cast one spell in your hero phase or unbind one spell in the enemy hero phase. So I don't have that guy though. So let's check this one. This one is also not a wizard. All right, sweet. So we don't have to worry about any magic or anything like that. Let's see. Okay, cool. All right. So we're going to move our boys up. Let's see. This guy has a 10-inch move. That guy's got a 5-inch move. And I'm assuming the regular orcs have a 5-inch move as well. Yep, they got a 5-inch move as well. I'm assuming the boner boys have the same. Yep, okay. All the orcs have a 5-inch move. That's easy enough. Alright, let's move them up. Move them on up. So, going to measure from the end of the base to where they're going to go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Zoom. Zoom. Okay, these guys here, they've got a 5-inch move, so they're going to move up 2, over 2, like that. Just so they've got a little bit of uppage on the terrain there. And our stab grot buddy, he's going to, actually, let's send the stab grot that way. Let's send the big gnash tooth this way. Alright. So, for Age of Sigmar, there we go. I'll turn myself off so you can see it. You can still see the beard action. For Age of Sigmar, there is a 3-inch bubble around every unit. And your guys cannot walk into that bubble. They must charge into the bubble during the charge phase. This is a very weird rule, and it's a very gamey thing. I don't know why war games do this, but they all do it. And to be honest, it confuses the living hell out of me sometimes. But in Age of Sigmar, it makes slightly more sense in 40k, because the 3-inch bubble, all right, 3 inches all the way around him, means that I now need to actually make a charge roll that's successful. In 40k, you can get so close to something that you can't fail the charge. So I like that there's always the chance that you're going to fail the charge. I think that's pretty cool. So that guy went that way, so this guy's going to go this way. And go get stuck in over here with his boys. And he'll have his stab grot with him. Alright, so that's the movement phase. So now, next comes the shooting phase. We only have one guy in here who's got shooting. There they are. Alright, now, make a normal move. Okay, so these guys are going to use their aimed shot characteristic if they did not move. However, they moved to get up onto the piece of terrain, so they're going to use hasty shot. This is a range of 12, 2 attacks, 4 to hit, 3 to wound, -1 rend, 2 damage. Alright, so We've got 2 attacks going out. So 2 shots each guy. Need 4 pluses. Boom. Oh, I need to declare who they're shooting. They're shooting the Stormcast. Sorry, my bad. Alright, that one goes away. That's 4 to hits, 3 to wound. That one goes away. And there we go. That's 4 that went through. They are -1 rend. Okay. So let's check our Stormcast buddies. Let me do myself a favor and just pull out some of these cards that I'm not using. Just to make our life a little easier here. We're not using that one. We are using that one. We're not using that one. Okay. 4 attacks went through. Do they get a save against it? It's -1 rend. Let's check. Okay, so there's their card. They have a save of 3+, so it's -1, so that's going to go to a 4+. Alright, 4 attacks, 4+. They save 1 of them, 3 of them go through. Let's look at these ladies. These ladies have 2 wounds a pop. These are 2 damage apiece, so that means that 3 guys are going to keel over. Bloom, bloom, bloom. So we'll get rid of these 2, and we'll get rid of that guy. So man, those man skewers did some work. They just shot those Stormcast right down. Now, these Stormcasts, they have a special ability where when they die, they basically do like a explosion, right? Because they're charged with energy and stuff. They're charged with lightning. So they explode, like just like lightning all around them. It's really cool. However, it's only when you're within an inch. So these guys are not within an inch. They got sniped off the board, so they're good. Okie doke. Alright, that's all the shooting I have there. So now we're going to go into the charge phase. So charging works just like it does in 40k, pretty much. You're going to roll 2 dice. You're going to declare a charger. And you're going to see what you got. So, I'm going to say that these guys here are going to charge those last 2 remaining Stormcasts. Let's roll, see what we got, and then we'll check the distance. So that's a 6. I do not think this is a 6. No, it's a 7-inch charge. So they do not make that. All right, so now we're going to take this sucker here, and he's going to charge our headless doggy boy, who's slightly behind this piece of terrain. And he's going to not make that, because that's an 8-inch for him. Yeah, that's an 8-inch for him. So when you're charging, you have to get within a half of an inch, which he cannot do. So they both fail their charges. Good job, guys. Our big doggo here, you can see a little bit better in this camera angle. Our big doggo is going to charge those paladin bros. That one's cocked as hell. One's a 5 though, which is going to be enough anyway. And the other one is a 3, so he's going to go 8. That's only like a 3-inch charge. So boom. So he's going to charge in there. And that's it for my charges, just because of the small size of this game. So, you know, we're going to go for it. So, now that I've done my charges, we are going to do a couple of things. We're going to swap over to the rulebook real quick, and so I can show them off to the camera when I find them. Where is it? There it is. Alright. Blurp. Alright, so here we have some command abilities, right? They're in these little pink boxes. So what we're going to do... we're going to use all-out attack on my dog, and then the Stormcast in response are going to use all-out defense. So all-out attack is going to give me +1 to hit, and all-out defense is going to give them +1 to save. So, alright, so they go to 2 command points. I go to 2 command points. And let's do our rolls. Alright. Let's find the boss. There he is. So he's got 4 attacks with his jagged boss sticker and 4 attacks with the mount. They have different profiles, so we need to roll them differently. So let's do the mount first. So this is normally a 3 to hit, but because of all-out attack, this is going to be a 2 to hit. So they all hit. And this is going to be a 3 to wound. Roll that one. All right, so 1 wounds. So we'll set that aside, and we'll do all his saves at the end just to make it a little bit easier. And then we've got 4 attacks with the boss sticker. 2s to hit. Okay, they all hit. 3s to wound. Man. Alright, 3 wound. Okay. Those Stormcast have a 3-up save +1, which makes it a 2-up save. So this attack has a 2 rend, which means that they're going to need a 4-up to save against this. Alright, so they fail that one. And then they're going to need a 3-up to save against this one, because this attack has a -1 rend. And they make all of those. So only 1 goes through at 2 damage, which is going to kill one of the Stormcast. Now, the Stormcast get to attack back. So, at the start of a combat phase, you can do a pile in, so that you can get more guys within range. So I'm just going to do that real quick. So this is a 3-inch move towards the thing, towards the closest enemy model, usually the thing you're in combat with. So you can usually get more enemies within range to attack with them. So, here's our Vindicators. They get to attack back. They have 2 attacks each at 2-inch range, so they're all within range. We've got 4 of them. So, 2 attacks each. 4 guys, 8 dice. They're hitting on 3s, and apparently not rolling super well, but they're going to hit 4 times. And then we're going to see if they wound. Wounding on 3s. Alright, they wound 1 time. There we go. Oh, the boss also gets 1 extra attack, so let's roll that real quick. 3+. Alright, 3+ to wound. Alright, so 2 attacks go through. -1 rend. This guy has a 3+ save, so that means he needs 4 ups. Alright, he makes 1, fails 1. So he's going to take 1 point of damage. We'll use this red dice for his damage. There we go. Alright, so that's it for their phase. We need to take morale, though, on all the units that lost guys. So how that goes. You roll 1 dice, and anytime the value of what you roll plus how many guys the unit lost that turn is over the value of the dice, that's how many guys you lose. That sounded really confusing. Let's do it. Alright, unit over here, right? 4 Stormcast in that unit. We lost 1. We're going to roll our bravery dice. I roll a 2. Okay? 2 plus 1 is 3. What's their bravery? Their bravery 7. They're fine. Unit over here. Lost 3 guys. Alright? I roll my dice. I roll a 2. 2 plus 3 is 5. Their bravery 7. Don't lose anybody. Nice and easy. Bravery is super easy. I will say I'm a bigger fan of the 40k bravery system, but you take what you can get. This is not a particularly bad system. It can be very punishing to big hordes, like massive hordes, but thankfully we don't have to worry about that right now. Okay, so that is the Orruk turn. Now the Stormcast get to go. Alright, so we're going to go into a hero phase again. And we each get to do a heroic action. The Stormcasts, they're pretty much just going to... Let's go look at our table again. Alright. Let's see. Alright. The Lord Imperatant is going to say that it is his finest hour. So he's going to get some buffs. He's going to get 1 to the wound rolls, and 1 to the save rolls. Okay, so he can only do this once per game. This is basically like him going Super Saiyan for 1 round. So we're going to say that he's going to do that. The orcs are going to... we're going to do heroic recovery just to show it off on the orc leader. So roll 2d6. If the value is less than his bravery, he's going to heal d3 wounds. Alright, so it rolled a 6. His bravery is 7. So I'm going to roll d3. I'm going to roll 1, which is what he had on him, so that's gone. Alright. But the cool thing here is that each side gets to do an action. And that's the really fun thing for these. This hero phase chart thing is that each side gets to do an action. Oh, it just occurred to me. Okay, he is not a monster. If he was a monster, he would have gotten to do special shit, but he's not. Yeah, okay, lame. I mean, cool, he should be a monster. Okay, so let me pull this up to the screen so you can see it. Our buddies here, our Stormcast, they're going to do Rally. You can use this command phase at the start of your hero phase. The unit receives a command must be more than 3 inches from all enemy units. Roll 1 dice for each slain model in the unit. On a 6, you can return 1 model to that unit. Alright, so they're going to go down to 1 command point. And they lost 3 guys over here in that small unit. So that's what we're going to do. Alright, they don't return anybody, but it was worth a shot. Alright, it's on a 6, you can return 1 slain model of that unit. Okay, yeah, they don't return anybody, but it is worth a shot to try, because that would have been a nice buff. Okay, whoopah. Here's our Lord Imperatant. He is also not a wizard. Issue a command without using a command point being spent. That's useful. And once per turn, he can guide an enemy unit in. So let's go and look at the Annihilators real quick. Okay. Where's the... There it is. Allegiance abilities. Scions of the Storm, which is how we set them up. Instead of setting up a Stormcast Eternal unit on the battlefield, you can place it on one side and say it is set up to the Celestial Realm. It's a reserve unit. You can set 1 unit in the Celestial Realm for each blah 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 blah. At the end of your movement phase, you can set up 1 or more of the reserve units in the Celestial Realm on the battlefield more than 9 inches away. Alright. And then this guy, he can declare it to be different. So we'll do that after the movement phase. Alright, so let's do some movement. Alright. The headless bro and his dog, he's going to move up. Because they're going to give these orcs a not nice time. Let's put it that way. And then these two bros, they're also going to move up as well. So boop and boop. Just staying outside of 3 inches as Age of Sigmar declares we must. Okay? That's the end of my movement phase. Now the Lord Imperatant there is going to use that thing I was just talking about, where he can pick one friendly Stormcast Storm Strike guy, basically this unit, and he can say that they can set up within 7 instead of 10. So let's figure out where we're going to dump them. So I think killing these archers is going to be important, but I think getting them to be piled in around the archers is going to be really hard. So what we're going to do is we're just going to drop them. We're actually just going to drop them like between these two. So let's see, 7, 7. So they're going to be like and land right there. They make that noise every time. That's the thing. They make that noise. It's a requirement. They must do it. Back them up a little bit. There we go. There we go. Yeah, we'll say they come in like that. 7 there, 7 there, and 7 there. Okay, cool. All right. Now these big old chunguses, they got so much chungus going on that when they set up on the battlefield to any unit within D3 or any unit within 10, we're going to roll a dice, and each unit is going to suffer D3 on 3. Okay, so anybody within 10. Is the killer boss within 10? Yes, he is. Alright, so bing, bang, boom. They've got such chungus power, they shatter the earth as they land. Alright, so let's check the archers. Alright, so they're going to be taking D3. The next guy is going to be taking D3. The boss, not going to be taking D3. Alright, so for the archers, let's see how much damage they take. They're going to take 2. For the stabby guys, that's cocked. Stabby guys are going to take 1. Okay. So the stabby guys have 2 health a pop. The archers also have 2 health a pop. So one of the stabby guys has some damage on him, and one of the archers is dead. So we'll say this guy's dead. Just landed and like just splattered him, just flat out. All right, cool. Cool. All right, so that's the end of the movement phase. The Stormcast don't have any shooting, I don't believe, unless the Lord Imperatant has some. It's just a Storm Spear. Oh, he does. His dildo stick actually has an attack. Weird. Okay. Alright, so dildo stick, 18-inch range, D6 attacks. We're just going to put it into these bros. Yeah, that works. So D6, see how many attacks it is. 6 attacks, hell yeah. Dildo stick for the win. It's going to be 3 to hit. Apparently not for the win. This is a 3 to wound, but he has the +1 from Finest Hour, so it doesn't matter either way. They both wound. -1 rend, -1 damage. Let's check their save. I'm assuming they have a 6+ save. They have shields though. They should have a 4+. Yeah, they do. Okay. Oh no, they have a 5+. Okay. So that, was it 1 or 2? It's 2. Alright. 2 6-ups. Nope. So 2 points of damage. So it's going to kill one guy and then put 1 point of damage on the next guy. Boom. Apparently his dildo stick shoots stuff, which is pretty cool. Alright. So now we're going to go into the charge phase. Couple of fun things are going to happen on the charge phase here. So, first off, Lord Imperatant, he's going to charge into both of these guys. No, he's just going to charge into this group. I don't want to fight that guy yet. Let's try to wheedle them down. Alright, so he's going to make a 5. That's more than enough. How about you? And his doggy's going to move in too. These guys are going to charge in here. Now, when they charge, the orcs are going to use a command ability, which is really cool. Battalions, blah, 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 battle packs. Shooting phase. They're going to use a command ability right there called Unleash Hell. The unit that receives this command enemy must be 9 inches of that enemy or more, which it is, and more than 3 inches from all other enemy units. The unit that receives this can shoot in the phase. When it does so, it must subtract 1 from the hit rolls, and can only target the unit that's charging. So that puts my orcs down to 1 command point for this turn, which they're going to need because they're going to be using defense later. But they're going to go ahead and they're going to shoot these guys as they charge in. So let's make sure those guys can make their charge at all. Which they do at a 6. Zoom. And the orcs are going to shoot. 2 shots. Oh wait, no, it's aimed shot, isn't it? Yeah, okay. 2 total shots because they didn't move, so. Where's that? Hold on. Oh, in the same turn. Alright, so it is hasty shot. 2 shots, hitting on 5s. Wow, 2 hits, okay. Wounding on 3s. 1 wound. -1 rend, 2 damage. So they have a 3-up save, so in a 4-up, this person saves it. Which they do not. So 1 more guy dies. Blech. He's just picked off as they're running in. Okay, so now we're going to do these big old chungoys back here, and I really want to get rid of the archers, but oh well. We're going to charge them into this nonsense as well, and just smash these dudes into nothing. So they made a 9. It's more than enough. Let's check it. Just be super duper careful. So, boom, like that. Alright, now they do special stuff on the charge. They do damage on the charge. Force of a Falling Star. After this unit makes a charge move, you can pick 1 enemy unit within 1 inch of the unit. Roll a number of dice equal to the unmodified charge roll. Equal to the unmodified charge roll for that charge move, which is 9. Jesus. Subtract 1 from the roll. Unit only has 2 models. Subtract 2 from the roll for the unit has 1 models. For each 4+ that enemy suffers 1 mortal wound. Whoa, really? Hold on. Pick 1 enemy unit with 1 inch of this unit and roll a number of dice equal to the unmodified charge roll for that charge. Subtract 1 from the roll. If blah blah blah, if the guy's dead. Wow, okay. Well, shit. These chunguses are big. These are like super chunguses, apparently. Alright, on 4+, we're going to do mortal wounds. I mean, I rolled very, very poorly there, but I mean, 3 more damage is not bad. That's 2 more guys dead. So boom, and then boom. They just trampled down 2 orcs. Nice. Unless these orcs have a ward save I don't know about. They do not. Okay. Alright, sweet. Okay. So now it is the Stormcast turn, so they get to pick a guy to go with. Right? And combat's going to go bing, bang, 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 back and forth. It's not going to be, I did all my guys that charge, you do all your guys that charge, like that. It's not how it's going to be. So, we might as well keep fucking bringing the hammer with the big chunguses. So, let's do it. 3 attacks a pop. So, 9 total attacks with their hammers and shields. 3s to hit. Let's see. One. Wow, that went really well. Okay, 3s to wound. That also went super good. Awesome. Okay, sweet. That's a lot of damage. The orcs there, they have 6 up saves because this is a -1 rend. They save none of those. Jesus. Alright, this is 2 damage a pop. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many orcs do I have in the unit? I have 7 orcs in the unit. Wow! Wow! Okay. Yeah, that's badass. Well, I'm sorry there, little gut rippas. Gut slitters. Stick of boys. But you're literally all dead. Because the big chungus has just said, you dead now, apparently. Wow, okay. And then they're going, oh, you don't get to consolidate in this. I always think you get to consolidate in this, and you do not. Wow, okay. Shit, I did not expect the big chunguses to just, like, bulldoze that unit into non-existence. Okay, well, the boss over here on his Gnash Tooth gets to go now. Wow, I don't feel bad for these archers, like, almost wiping out one of the Stormcast units now. Alright, so, 4 attacks for the boss's mount. Alright, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. So that's 2 there. 4 attacks for the spear. Alright. So this one's going to be on a 4-up. Nope, they don't save that. These are going to be on a 5-up. Nope, they don't save those either. Alright, so this is 6 damage going out. So, those are all gone. They can come and join the pile of dead models on the side. Alright, so last guy that gets to fight back is going to be the Stormcast there. He's got 2 attacks with his spear, if I remember right. Yep. 2 attacks. Nope, it's a boss, so they've got 3 attacks. 2 hits. See if they wound. 1 goes through. Can my boss save it? He's got a 3-up. Or he had a 4-up, but yep, saves it. No problem. Okay. So that is the end of that turn. So our remaining command points go away. We don't get those anymore. And now we move into the next turn. So let's roll it up. So the orcs are going to go first at 6. And the Stormcast are not. So the Stormcast, they're going to get 3 command points. 1 for their boss being alive, 2 for being second. And the orcs are going to get 2 command points like that. Alright, so we're moving into the hero phase. Huh. Alright. This guy's going to blow Finest Hour. That's what he's going to use. On him, he's going to do Finest Hour. Just so he can try to get some attacks in. Because, holy shit. These Chunguses be scary. Yeah, they'd be really, really, really scary. So... yeah, so he's going to use Finest Hour. The Stormcast, they're going to try to get an extra command point, which they do, so they can now have 4 command points. Boom, like that. Okay, so now the Orcs, I mean, this unit's totally wiped out. I can't bring anybody back from it. The Orcs, I can try to bring somebody back from this unit, so... yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to use one of my command points. I'm going to rally. I'm going to try to rally that unit. On a 6+, I'll bring him back. Which I do not. Okay. Worth a try, though. Okay, cool. Alright, so that's hero phase all done. Now we're going to go into shooting. These guys are going to shoot. They're going to shoot at... the Chunguses, because the Chunguses are fucking scary. So 2 attacks, hitting on 2s. Alright, both hit, wounding on 3s. 1 wounds. -1 rend, 2 damage a pop. So the Chunguses save it because they have a 3-up save. So, okay. You know, I was like, oh man, these Bolt Boys, they're blowing the fuck out of shit. When they almost wiped out a Stormcast unit on turn 1, and the Chunguses came in and basically killed all the Oryx in 1 attack phase. Yeah, that's the thing that happened. Yeah. Okay. Well, I need to get some damage on those Chunguses, and since it's this guy's Finest Hour, we're going to go ahead and we're going to charge with him into the Chunguses. So we're looking at a 3-inch charge. He makes it with a 10. Zoom. Alright. That's it for charges. I don't want to charge these guys into melee. I want them to stay out as far as possible. Yeah. Man, I did not expect this to, like, happen like that. Crazy. The Chungus has brought that storm, man. Alright. So we're going to swap over then to combat. I'm going to choose to go with my boss, my killer boss first, because if I don't, he might just get blown off the board. So let's see what he's got. He's blah 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 blah. Let's see. I just want to point out that the weapon that this guy has is called a prized shiv. I love that. That makes me super happy. Alright, so he's got 4 attacks with his axe. So let's check those ones out right here. 4 attacks. 3s and 3s. So hitting on 3s. And then he's going to be wounding on 2s because of all-out attack. Or no, because of Finest Hour. So both hit there. So we're going to set those to the side. And then he's got 2 attacks with the Rusty Flail. Neither of which do anything because I rolled Snake Eyes. And then the Stab Grot's got 3 attacks with his prized shiv. Okay. Actually, hold on 1 second. I think I rolled 1 6 in there to hit. I know I did. Don't they have some kind of... oh, does the Stab Grot not a Cruel Boys Auroch? No, that would totally count. Okay, so one of those is just going to go through. I didn't do it at the time, so we're going to pretend that didn't happen. So we're just going to run with it as is. All right, so 2 attacks, saving. They need 3 ups to save these. They save them both. Oh, that hurts. That hurts a lot. Well, that guy in the corner, he's going to go. Otherwise, he's just going to get deleted. So he's going to hit with both attacks. Going to wound with 1. My boss has a 4-up save. Boss saves it. All right. Now it's my turn to hit back. Wow. Okay. That was the 4 attacks from the spear. 4 attacks from the mount now. Go away. Stormcast needs a 5-up to save it. Nope, he's gone. Alright, so that unit's wiped out. Okay, now the big ol' Smashinators get a hit back. They apparently just pull out their magnum dongs and crush everything. Which I'm not complaining about. But it's still funny. Alright. They need 3 ups to hit. So those go away. Like that. 3 ups to wound. Okay, that's a lot more reasonable. It's a lot more reasonable rolling. So -1 rend into the regular Killaboss. He's got a 4-up save, so that means he's going to need a 5-up save. Neither of which go through, so he takes 4 points of damage. Alright. Oh, wait, doesn't he have a thing where he can, like, try to sacrifice the... Yeah, let's try to sacrifice the Stab Grot, because that's funny. Each time a wound or mortal wound is allocated to this unit and not negated, you can choose to risk this unit's Stab Grot. To do so, you must roll on a dice. On a 1 to 5, the Stab Grot is killed and the wound is negated. On a 6+, the Stab Grot is not killed and the wound is negated. If the Stab Grot is killed, the model representing it is removed from play before the wound is negated. Yeah, sure, why not? So, for the first one... Wow, okay, so he just shrugs one of these away. For the second one... Nope, Stab Grot's dead. So, it saved him a little bit of damage at least. But he lost his Stab Grot with his prize Shiv, which is sad. Okay. So that's it for combat there on my turn. So now the Stormcast get to go. So we're going to go into the hero phase. This boss, he's going to try to heal himself. 2d6. Needs to roll under a 7. With a 12, he does not, so ignore that. These guys going to try to get another command point, which he does not. Alright, so that's a whole dead phase, pretty much. Okay, cool. Alright, so let's do some movement then. Neither of these guys... No, let's try to get this guy over here to kill these dickheads. So just got to stay outside of 3. He's going to do that. Like that. No, wait. He was here. He's got, what, a 5-inch move? Yeah, we're going to try to... do one of these. So then he can try charging up and get over here, which will make this room for the Lord Imperatant. So I'm gonna leave the big chunguses to kill that guy. Yeah. We'll leave the Lord Imperial Tent where he is. Alright, and that's what we'll do for movement. Just like that. Alright. So, we've got shooting. My guy's got his dildo stick. D6 attacks. We're going to put that into the archers. See how many attacks it is. Wow. Ooh, ouch. 1 attack. Alright, 3 to hit. 3 to wound. Nope. Dildo stick is not amazing like it was last time. I mean, last time it had 6 attacks, and like all of them went through. Alright, and then we're going to go into charges. This guy's going to charge first. That's a 9. Derp. This Lord Imperitan's going to charge that boss there. It's a 7. Bump like that. Alright, and now we get to go into combat. Let's go with the Lord Imperitant. Why not? See what he can do. Lord Imperitant going into the Cruel Boys boss, the killer boss there. 4 attacks with his Blessed Warhammer. Alright, so that's 2 there. 4 attacks with his doggy. Wow. Really, doggy? Don't need 4-ups. The doggy did nothing. Alright, so this is -1 rend. This guy's got a 4-up, so on a 5-up he'll negate these. He negates 1, and then 2 damage go through, bringing him back to 4. Alright, so he's got to go or he's going to die. So we're going to chain roll these as a group here. So 4 attacks with the boss hacker, 2 attacks with the flail. Flails are the black ones. Let's see. Alright. Then we need 3 ups to wound for both. Okay, 1 of each wounds, -1 rend each. Oh, they were going into the Chunguses, by the way. The Chunguses have a 3-up save, which they make both of. God damn, them Chunguses be scary, yo. Alright, well, the one stab boy over here might as well do his shit. There we go. One stab boy over here stabbing the archers. Double ones, he ain't doing shit. Alright, so I guess the archers are just going to punch him back. Alright, and they have... They have Jagged Blades. 2 attacks. Yeah, this guy will consolidate it a little, or pile in a little like that. So I'm going to get all the attacks in there. 2 attacks, force to hit, force to wound. On a 6+, it auto wounds, so we'll set that off to the side. Yeah, so we just do 1 point of damage to this guy. Like that. Which is kind of a shame because that means we're going to have to shoot him in the shooting phase, but it is what it is. Alright, now the big Chunguses. Oh boy, you gonna have a bad fucking time. You about to have a real bad fucking time. There we go. Let's pull out the big Chungus card. It's somewhere in here. There we go. Big Chungus card. Right there. 3 attacks pop. 3s to hit. 3s to wound. Alright, that goes away. That goes away. 4 attacks, -1 rend. My guy's got a 4-up save, which means he needs a 5-up because of the rend. Does he get it? That one's cocked. He definitely doesn't get it. That's 8 damage. He has 6 wounds. He already has 4 on him, bringing him to 12. He is double dead. And damn, okay. That's all the Aurochs wiped out from the middle of the board. And the end of that phase. We forgot to use a lot of command points that time. I'll get better at that. So let's roll off and see what we got. Orcs are red, Stormcast are gold. Orcs are going first. Stormcast are going to get 3 command points. Orcs are going to get 2. Orcs are going to try to get another command point. They do not. Stormcast are going to do the same. They do not. Okay. Alright, well, Frapperoonie. So, here's an interesting question. Can I use Finest Hour on each hero? Or is it only once per game? I think it's once per game per hero. So let's check that out. Or do we want to do all out attack? Oh, I know, I already rolled. I can't use it now. Derp. Alright. Okay. Well, let's do some move then. Hi guys, let's be friends. These guys can't move because they're stuck in. So now, let's see, we're going to go into shooting. 2 attacks for hasty shot going into this guy. 3 hits. Let's see if they wound on 3s. 2 wound. 1 rend to pop. That guy's got a 3-up save, so he needs to make 2 4-ups. He makes 1, fails 1. That's 2 damage. He's off the board. So at least I wiped out both units of Little Stormcast. Alright, now I'm going to choose to charge this guy. See if I make it. I'm going to use a command point and re-roll that. So there's a command ability called Forward Onto Victory, which lets you re-roll charges. It's not a command re-roll like it is in 40k. Alright. Just like that. Okay. Since I did that, the Stormcast, they're going to shoot with the guy's dildo gun. With 6 attacks. Wow. Okay. 6 attacks into the big boss. Hitting on, I want to say 5s, because it's -1 to hit. Hitting on 4s. Wow, okay. That's 5 attacks that I'll hit. Wounding on 3s. Wow, okay. My guy's got a 3-up save, so... Right, is it 3-up save on the kill boss? Yeah, so he's got a 4-up now because of -1 rend. What is this? 1 damage a pop? Yeah, 1 damage a pop. He makes 1, but 3 points of damage go through. Youch. Okay. Ouchie, 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 ouch. Okay. Well, apparently he's supposed to get +1 attack if he charged. So I haven't been doing that. So we're going to do that. Because we're about to go into the fight phase. So I'm going to put everything into those chunguses right there. That's what I'm going to do. Alright, so these are the mount. fails. Oof. Wow, that's really bad. Okay. 1. Ooh, that's super bad. Okay, so we'll do the mount one first, try to save it. So 2 plus save, minus 2 is 4 up, which they save. 2 plus save, minus 1 is 3 up, which they also save. These Chunguses are like invincible, man. What is this nonsense? Alright, well, first off, shit. Second off, just oof. Okay. Well, they're going to try to pile in. They're going to turn to face this bro, and then they're going to go shoop. And then shoop like that. 9 attacks. Because their charge thing. Oh, wow. Okay. I've apparently been missing this. They actually, that charge thing they do actually triggers every time they charge. Alright, let's see if we do a mortal wound. Oh wait, no, they didn't charge. They just piled in. Okay. That's right. Alright. Wow. 3 ups. 3. Boom. Alright. 5 ups. Or 3 ups. Or 5 of dice. Alright. 1 goes through. Minus 1 rend. Does my guy save it? He does not. 2 more damage. Boom. Bringing him to half life. Well, that's the end of the orc turn. Alright, so we're going to go into the hero phase. The Stormcast, they're going to try to get an extra command point. So, they do not. This guy's going to try to heal himself. And at a 10, since he's a bravery 7, he does not. Well, that's crap. Alright, so this guy's just going to move. I need to wipe the Bolt Boys out is what I need to do. So he's going to move towards the Bolt Boys. And he's going to get just outside of 3 of the Bolt Boys. Like that. And then I'm going to go into shooting. So 1d6 attacks going into the Bolt Boys. 4 attacks. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. 2 wounds. What's their save? Is it 5 up? Oh, they have a 6 up. Okay, so since this attack has rend, it just goes through. So 2 points of damage. So 1 of the Bolt Boys is gone. He got killed by the dildo laser. Alright, now my boss is going to charge. 5, he's going to make it in. So he's going to go like that. The Bolt Boy might as well do his shooting attack and use our last command point. Might as well. No reason not to. So 2 attacks. Hitting on 5s to hit. 5s to hit because of the -1 because of the command point thing. Right, 1 hits. 3s to wound. Does not wound on a 1. Alright, so he's fucked. Because apparently the Chunguses are just monsters. Alright. So the Chunguses, they're going to go all out attack into my boss. They got to do it. So they're going to be 2 to hit. 2 to hit, 9 attacks going into the boss. As I throw a dice on the floor. Wow, okay. 3s to wound. Okay. My boss needs to make some 4-ups here, man. Ironically, he does. Okay, so he makes 4 of them, which means 6 damage goes through. Unfortunately, that is enough to kill him, because he has 10 life. So, unfortunately, that is the end of our beautiful Gnashtooth. But he did some work. He killed a unit of Stormcast, at least. The archers did too. My main troops just got obliterated. Okay, so the archer might as well try to stab back. So we might as well keep going until nobody left on the table. He's going to try to stab the Lord Imperator. 2 attacks. 1 hit. See if it wounds. It wounds. Lord Imperator's got a 3 up. Yep, got a 3 up. Which he makes. Okay. Well, Lord Imperator's going to hit him back. Let's start off with the doggo. Doggo. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. Nope. All right. Lord Imperator hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. -1 rend, so that just goes through, so that's 4 damage. And the archer is gone. And there we go. Man, I want to talk about king of the show. Right there. Wiped out 2 bosses without taking any damage and a whole unit of troops. God damn, man. Lucky Roland, and they're just beefy, beefy boys. Shit. Really, really cool. And awesome models. Very fun rules. I do have to give GW some props for having both of the guys in this box. Be very straightforward. So, like, if you wanted to build a real list out of these, you could use the generic relics and stuff in there and outfit your guys with it. And you have a fully working army for each side, for at least 1,000 points army for each side, which is really cool. Super, super, super cool. And just really, like, fun, simple models, no bizarre, like, they get buffs when the moon is full, and blah, 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 blah. None of that kind of bullshit. Nice, simple, put them on the table, play with them, fun stuff. But yeah, AOS 3, pretty great, I'm not going to lie, I like the command stuff. I'm really surprised this guy doesn't count as a monster. Because monsters get special roles, and he really seems like he should be a monster, to be honest. Just because, like, he's a guy on a giant monster dog. Like if I saw this coming at me, I'd be like, yep, that's a monster. You know? Kind of thing. But I guess he doesn't count as one, which is really weird, because it's not on his card. But nice and simple rolls. Like I mentioned earlier, the list building does get a little more complex with things like battalions and stuff like that. Just so you can give your guys some little buffs. Really, like, you know, some of that is like, oh, you'll get an extra relic, or your guys can deploy easier so you can go first or match play or whatever. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know what I was gonna say next, but really, really cool stuff. I can't believe my group of stabby orcs got wiped out in one turn by the Mega Chunguses. They were just like, bang, and they rolled amazingly. I mean, out of the 9 dice, they rolled 8 hits and 8 wounds. That's pretty mental. That's really mental. And the orcs failed to save a single one. So, goddamn. They really brought the hammer there, which is really cool. But yeah, just awesome models, lots of fun, lots of nice straightforward rules. I think the new edition stuff in 3.0 is really nice. The, like, hero phase stuff. The monster stuff is really cool too. I'm actually genuinely really sad this guy doesn't count as a monster. Just because out of the box it would be nice to have one to show off what monsters do. because they basically get like an extra action every turn just for being a monster, which is cool. But yeah, I'm pretty much gonna call it there. That's almost a full game of Age of Sigmar, with me playing both sides. I mean, each one of these armies was about 650 points. I didn't play with any objectives. This was just murder the other guy. But you know, you can. I've been playing for like an hour and a half with setup. So like if you were just playing as a regular person, you could easily do this in an hour 15. Which is really great, right? So like if you go over to the game store for like an afternoon, you can play 2 games like this, right? And it keeps that energy up, right? It's one of the things I really like about like the command phase and like how you use your command points and stuff. And the fact that they like get blown away every round, I feel like it really keeps the energy of the game up, and it keeps you engaged as the person whose turn it isn't. I think that's a big problem with 40k, is losing that interest during that phase kind of thing. So, yeah. So there he is. He's lost my beard now. There he is. The angry Chihuahua. I'm gonna get these guys all painted up. And yeah, that'll be pretty fun. I really hope this guy gets Warcry rolls, because he will be amazingly cool to have in Warcry. But I really should be showing off. Should be showing off the King of the Hour right there. The guys that just brought the literal hammer down on everybody, and it was really cool. But very fun. AOS 3.0 is really good. The changes are a lot of fun. AOS's rule set is always a little simpler than 40k. 40k has some, especially 9th edition, some issues with rules creep. RIP AdMech Codex. But you have a lot less of that. There are some armies that definitely have it, like cities and stuff like that, but they have a lot of like little fiddly bullshit rules. But there are a lot less of that from what I have seen. But yeah, that's everything in the box. That's really fun. Good time. So yeah, if you pick one up, you've got two nice 1,000-point armies that are both fun to play and pretty sweet. But I'm going to go ahead and call it there and eat the wonderful food my husband brought me a while ago, my breakfast. That's been sitting here taunting me ever since. So I'm going to grab that. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this was interesting and just sort of showed off how simple and quick some of it can go. Yeah, just showed off some of the cool models in the Dominion box, really. But I'm going to call it there. Thank you guys for watching. There's the back of my hand. Hello, hello, hello. I'm waving at the other camera from this camera. I should have really done this, but I didn't. Yeah, so that's me calling it there.